Well, hello everybody. I was having a great weekend. My big rig's not being rented right now, so I figured I could come in and show off some updates. This is a Threadripper system with 128 gigs of RAM, and it's being flanked by two 5090s. And they've been on Clore this week. And it's been about a, I don't know, $80 week. Could be better, but just got on the platform, building reliability, and maybe go over a couple things that I've been noticing. But yeah, so I'm not putting out almost 2,000 watts of power for a few minutes, so just give an update. Salad was running hot at almost a $10 a day between 3 rigs. The vanilla 4070 is still on it, and the 4090 actually didn't get a job, which is weird. So last night I threw it on Octa.Space, and it's got picked up for a rental job. Don't worry about him. He's just mining a super secret CPU project. But yeah, so I watched a video from J2Sense, Sense with a Z, and he was showing some 5090s that just had cooling stuff pouring out of it. And since this whole area gets pretty hot, I got a little paranoid. So I put some wood scraps together and I built kind of an ark or a little boat so that they can sit in their natural resting state horizontally and not have anything mess with the fans. Yeah, so I think that's going to be good for them in the long run. They're connected to the motherboard with PCIe 5.0 riser cable, so no worry, no loss of power. No loss of power here. And look at this. Look at this. I learned how to hack into Linux, and I can run a command and it'll tell me like the temperature and even what kind of process it's running. Seems to be a lot of Neptune cache rentals or whatever. That's cool. If someone could rent me again, that would be great. Over in the art room, I also have two 5900Xs also mining that top secret super hush CPU project. These are running headless right now. This is really cool. So you can go into the BIOS and say, I don't care about errors, and it'll just boot up, because they were saying, no, we definitely need a graphics card. There's no onboard graphics here. And that bummed me out, but luckily it got MMPOS on these little thumb drives, and yeah, just crushing it. So I've actually gone through a couple casualties powering those 5090s. We had a freak little electrical thing where it was the whole house was toggling on and off constantly, and I had one of these ATX power supplies hooked up to it. They're real beefy ones, and it was fine. And I had it chained so that when the power supply turned on the motherboard, this would also wake up and power it. So anyway, so that killed that. And then I put on one of these beefy 2000 something, 2400 watt big mining guys, and it was on there for a day, and all of a sudden I lost my jobs. I'm like, what the heck? And yeah, this died. So whatever. I'm sure I got it probably fourth hand from someone, so who knows what kind of hard life it's lived, and I just happened to be the one to seal it. So I have another one. I had another one sitting around, luckily. So that's powering the video cards. I got a whole box of all this stuff, like super cheap off eBay a couple months ago, and I appreciate whoever I bought it from. Clutch. So we're back at my desktop computer, and before I start going into the rental stuff, I just want to throw out some realistic expectations, because I exceeded them and then now I'm under them. Let me just real quick story here. So we got two 5090s, and I think after taxes it was about exactly this much-ish. And I'm running them both at 600 watties, and thank you, Missouri, for that 15-cent kilowatt hour. Yeah, thank you so much. And it's nice to know that I will be expecting to pay about $1,500 just to power these. To pay both of them off within a year, I need to pull in about $19 a day. And my fourth service to be on, Clore, I got rented out about $31 a day. And so I'm looking at my hourly rate of $129 and my ROI of being like just a little after my wedding anniversary. I love you, darling. I hope you're watching this. So then I'm like, yeah, okay, I can do this. I got this. And let's just go back over to this the Clore earnings, and there's my proof. The first day was pretty good. You know, my expectations so far have been low, but this was great. And you can notice I also started locking in this reward section. Oh no, what happened? Well, everything just kind of died off. After a not so great day, the next couple days were barren, and things are coming back-ish. It's okay. It's not great, but you can see these Clore rewards are starting to kick in. Now, Clore, you guys, you really carrot and sticked me. I gotta say, while I was riding high on the hog, you know, with this $34 or $32 a day rental, which this is saying like, hey dude, you're worth fair market this much, and there's some wording about if you go over this amount, you're not in the right pot of Admiral Club Tier 1 earners or Tier 2. Yeah, and this is pretty misleading too. But anyway, so while I'm earning really nice, and I'm reading this thing, I'm like, oh my gosh, I could be making $100 a day based on the wording of, for example, you could earn $30 based on your $10. I'm like, yeah, this is easy. Tier 2, here I come. And his channel is Blessed Noob, and I love watching his updates. He's got really nice computers, and I hit him up on Discord just to see, like, hey man, I'm kind of new on this Clore thing. I see you on the Discord. Got any tips and tricks? And boy, how awesome is it to be earning 3x my server rental? And he's like, huh? You've been easily misled, my friend, he said in a very nice way. He said, yeah, there should definitely be some asterisks. You could earn up. That's the word, up. Up to. Some kind of celestial balance needs to align to make that happen, but if it does, I could earn more Clore. So this, yeah, so again, sorry, I keep getting distracted, but while I'm looking at my potential gains, and I'm moving crypto that holdings I already had that I'm okay letting go, you can top up your Clore balance through pretty much any crypto, and which the slippage on that, man, nice. So the first time I'm like, that's not as much as I thought would be there, and I make sure to click this little, lot limit the amount, like whatever. Anyway, slippage out the butt. So fool me 7 times. Eventually, shame on me. But while I'm doing that, this number went from 13 something to 15. So I don't know if somebody's alarm went off and they're like, "Hey, Larry, we hooked a live one." We got him thinking he's going to be quitting his day job and just watching the CPU temps. Bump him up 2,000 something and let's rope him in. So I'm like, all right, guys, that's shady, but I gotta get that boat. I gotta get the Admiral Tier 2. I gotta get it. So then I'm watching the rewards come in, and I'm like, why is that a fraction of 5? Why isn't this 50? Why isn't this 10? Why is this 2? Why isn't it 20 something in Clore rewards? Well, yeah, blessed noob, up 2. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm locked and loaded on this. The marketplace for 5090s, I hate to say it, but your boy I'm leading the pack for 2 5090s on the same thing, with all this resources at your disposal, and I'm only asking for 16. Well, that's not quite what I was making here. Well, let's look at that now. So I'm starting to beg for scraps, and now I'm realistically going to be pulling in that, which compared to salad, I think salad was around 20 cents for a 5090. And my ROI is now looking more into next winter. Not what I was expecting when I got it in September, but doing what we can. So I'm below estimates, and that's where we're at right now. But let's go on over to here. There was another 5090 with 2 of them on there. But his PCIe was only at 4x. I just feel bad for him and his family that he has to go home to a 4x dual. Poor guy. Well, so there's my experience with Clore. Another bad thing. Let me pull up this document that's it's going to be easy to reference for anyone. Yeah, it pays out in crypto. Not great. Just means it's a lot of hoops to eventually get my power bill. Let's go to Vast. Oh boy, here's me getting tricked again. So I'm looking at Vast, and I'm looking at my how much I'm making initially on Octa.Space, which is my next little thing to show you. And I'm like, wow, yeah, this is the place to be. Vast must be like a heavily vetted, super pedigree, like only the best get in here, because how can you possibly be you're getting rented for that much? Okay, let's go. So I set things up, and I post a similar price, and it posted for like $2 something an hour. I'm like, no, that's not what I posted. And I went back and looked, and I changed it, and Vast is advertising the markup after they're done with their markup, which is 30 or 40%, something like that. So I had to go look at my hourly rate again, and like kind of like, yeah, I was way down here. And these are getting rented at a pretty low rate, and I wasn't getting rented at that late. I left it on for about a week. No takers, nobody. They would rather they'd rather play around with these little trash Ryzens with who even knows what kind of drive that is. I just don't trust this man. Don't trust this machine with your rental. No. You want something clean, something smooth. Yeah, you want that guy. Anyway, so yeah, fast. I got hoodwinked and then nothing. Octa.Space. I love the interface. It's super clean. It's very easy to install on Windows 11. I didn't go the Linux route with it because I was already on Salad on the 5090s, and so it seemed like a natural extension to just try this out. Install couldn't have been easier. The bad thing is that you can specify the resources that you want to rent out as far as your RAM and your hard drive space. But the script that runs will install it on your C drive or whatever is running your operating system. So unless you have a ton of space to just rent out, and I try to be very generous, I say, I'll give you all the terabytes I have. Well, I didn't really have all that on the C drive, so had to play around with a reinstall and all that. But back to the interface, I like the look of it. I like that you can click on your GPU and it'll tell you the temperature and fan and all that. Very, very easy to reference. These numbers are fun. The configuration is very easy to set up the base hours and all that. And I really like being able to spy and see what people did. And I like seeing, what happened? Why did it go down? Oh no, they bad input, somebody, or like they'll run out of funds or a reboot. Again, this is on Windows, so you have to make sure to push those updates back or, get those freaky reboots. And yeah, I just like seeing they're like, ooh, they're running Blender, and yeah, it's cool. The interface is cool, super easy to set up. The market, though, I didn't have much competition at all. I was the only 2X 5090. I don't know. I was getting good rentings at first, and then it just kind of fell off, but I think that's been the nature of the beast lately. So yeah, that's my take on that. Again, here's a easy to reference, expertly crafted document if this will help you decide whether you want to Clorevast or Octa it up. Salad was doing great, but it kind of slowed down. I was getting, I think 8 or 9 between 3 machines. And anyways, thanks a lot, Blessed Noob, and my boy Andy. Check him out. Links in the below. He's helping me out getting all this set up, and also helped talking me down. I'm like, Andy, I'm gonna be freaking rich. How have you not been having this success? It has to be that there's 2 of them concurrently, and that's how you get away with $34. He's like, wow, man, that's incredible. And then he's like, yes, these things happen. You get rented out like crazy, and then all of a sudden you get like 1 machine rented, and just walk your ask price down every day, and hopefully not sign too long of a contract. He got locked in on some really long contracts with some rates that he wished he didn't have, and he has a fun workaround with that. You gotta check out his stuff. He's so smart. anyways, everybody have a great week, and I hope, I really hope that you're just itching to check out these fast download speeds and all the numbers that you want. Oh, this should be 2.5. I don't know what it's only advertising 1 gigabit. Anyways, bye.